Hello, and welcome to the CompTIA Cybersecurity Analyst, CISA Plus, Certification Study Guide. In this video, we will discuss Chapter 8.5, More Managing Vulnerabilities Continued. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Governance bodies. Different bodies perform governance responsibilities. Governance bodies can be either internal or external to an organization. Those that are external can be categorized by their proximity to the organization. Some cover just the immediate area, like a local or regional body, while others cover an entire nation, like a national body, or are worldwide in scope, such as a global body. Some governance bodies are centralized, in which all authority is vested into a single body, while others are decentralized so that planning and decision-making are distributed to smaller groups within it. Table 8-6 lists various typical governance bodies. A board is composed of internal directors who approve strategic organizational goals and policies. The Board Governance Committee is external and is a subset of the Board of Directors that manages governance issues. Regulatory agencies are external and are responsible for distributing and enforcing government directives. Internal corporate legal departments interpret internal and external governance policies. Different industries create and audit governance policies for organizations that make up that industry, and they are external. Governance mechanisms. There are several mechanisms for applying governance in an organization. The uppermost level of a governance mechanism is perhaps the most elusive to define. This is because the word for this mechanism can have different meanings in different contexts. A policy is a formal statement that outlines specific requirements or rules that must be met based on a decision by a governing body. It outlines the principle that should be followed by its intended audience and should address issues concerning the achievement of the overall purpose of the organization. A policy should link with the strategic objectives of the organization, such as improved service quality, reduced costs, or fewer workplace injuries. Another mechanism is an external agreement. A service-level agreement, SLA, is a service contract between a vendor and a client that specifies what services will be provided, the responsibilities of each party, and any guarantees of service. A service-level objective, SLO, is an agreement within an SLA concerning a specific metric. While the SLA serves as the formal agreement, the SLOs are the individual promises that are being made. Both a policy and an SLO can have an impact on determining the priority of a vulnerability and how it should be managed. Advanced vulnerability scanning. The concept of all an organization's servers residing in an on-premises data center that serves resources to desktop computers is a historical relic. Computer servers, networks, and endpoints have evolved more rapidly over the last decade than perhaps in any time in the history of information technology. Cloud computing, mobile smartphones, virtual machines, and IoT devices, just to name a few, have dramatically increased today's enterprise's IT capabilities and correspondingly have dramatically increased its attack surface. This is shown in Figure 8-7. However, performing static vulnerability scans in the eyes of many security professionals may no longer provide the visibility into system and network vulnerabilities that they once did. Legacy scans that are ad hoc and siloed are usually labor-intensive and expensive, resulting in limited deployments and incomplete visibility. These scans often lack comprehensive, continuous, and accurate visibility into where vulnerabilities reside and how businesses might be impacted. And without this visibility, it is difficult or even impossible to prioritize and manage risks. Among the specific limitations of legacy vulnerability management are focus on traditional assets. Legacy vulnerability scanning focuses on traditional IT assets such as network infrastructures, servers, and desktop computers. These tools are not always designed to discover and scan new assets such as cloud instances, containers, web applications, and IoT devices. Reliance on active scanning technologies. Active vulnerability scanning tools, while essential, can only capture a snapshot at a single point in time. They often entirely miss devices that are not always connected to the corporate network, or that do not have static IP addresses such as smartphones or remote employees' laptop computers. Short-lived assets such as containers and resources like cloud repositories. Vulnerability scanning was simply not designed for today's dynamic assets and does not always give an accurate picture of their security. Limitations of scanning. Active vulnerability scanning tools should not be used on all systems. For example, many industrial control systems, IoT devices, and medical devices have not been designed to be scanned, and thus scanning may cause disruption or even an entire outage. Lack of insight and prioritization. A legacy scan gives a large amount of detail on assets and their vulnerabilities, yet it does not provide tailored information and actionable steps that allow security personnel to quickly prioritize remediation efforts. In addition, it lacks any data analytics that can be used to more easily evaluate and manage the overall cyber risk. As a result, advanced vulnerability scanning tools and processes have recently been introduced to reflect the changes in IT. A new category of security tools, sometimes called cyber exposure platforms, are specifically designed to continuously perform asset inventory and then assess not only traditional IT infrastructures and devices, but also cloud, mobile, IoT, and other assets across the entire organization. In addition, these tools can help quickly evaluate vulnerabilities, prioritize issues, take appropriate corrective steps, and finally measure and report on the vulnerability from both a technical and business perspective. If you find this video useful, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. To see more videos like this, please click in the rectangle in the middle of your screen. To see other videos from this channel, please click the circle on the bottom right. Thanks for watching. We will see you on the next one.